The unexamined life is not worth living. Socrates. This famous quote from the ancient Greek philosopher Socrates gets to the heart of his philosophical views and contributions. Socrates, who lived from around 470 BCE to 399 BCE in Athens, is considered one of the founders of Western philosophy. Although he did not write any philosophical works himself, his thoughts and methods were recorded by his students. The quote reflects Socrates' core belief in the critical importance of self-examination, questioning, and seeking truth through reason and logic. He felt that blindly accepting conventional wisdom without rigorously testing it led to an unworthy and ignorant life devoid of virtue and meaning. For Socrates, the highest pursuit was the examined life, constantly questioning one's beliefs, assumptions, and knowledge through dialogue, debate, and the Socratic method of inquiry. He saw wisdom not in accumulating more facts, but in understanding the limits of one's knowledge and being open to having one's views challenged. His famous quote implies that a life where one simply drifts through without deep examination and challenging of one's beliefs is essentially wasted and unfulfilled. Only through the difficult process of self-examination, of knowing thyself, as inscribed at the ancient oracle of Delphi, could one hope to lead a life of wisdom, virtue, and value. Socrates put his principle into practice through his life of persistent questioning and debating with others in the public spaces of Athens. He aimed to expose contradictions in conventional thought by asking a series of probing questions. This form of cross-examination became known as the Socratic method and allowed him to break down others' beliefs and assertions to their foundations. His approach inevitably made enemies among those who clung to unexamined orthodoxies. This eventually led to Socrates being charged with impiety and corrupting the minds of youth. In 399 BCE, at the age of 71, he was tried, convicted by a jury of Athenian citizens, and sentenced to death by poisoning from drinking a cup of hemlock. Socrates embraced this death sentence calmly, seeing it as the culmination of his life's pursuit of virtue through examination. As recorded by Plato, in his final words before drinking the hemlock poison, Socrates reminded his friends to go on living the supremely good life. For Socrates, that meant a life of continual self-examination through questioning and reason, in the never-ending pursuit of wisdom, ethics, and truth. It was a life dedicated to exposing ignorance and challenging beliefs, one's own and others, through persistent and rigorous inquiry. In a sense, Socrates stayed true to his famous quote to the very end, choosing to live an examined life no matter how unpopular or difficult, rather than an unexamined existence of blind conformity to convention. His example continues to challenge each of us to avoid complacency, to tenaciously question our assumptions and certainties, and to lead a life of deep self-reflection and examined virtue. The simple yet profound quote encapsulates Socrates' profound and enduring impact on philosophy and the human pursuit of wisdom through reason, logic, and open-minded inquiry. It reminds us that lives of complacent ignorance, however common or comfortable, are ultimately impoverished and unworthy. Only the examined life of continual questioning and openness to truth is worth living.